Hi class, let's make some simple geometric shapes. We'll start with the square here, which is made from a rectangle, from the rectangle tool, and there's that rectangle tool right there. So once I've clicked on it, if I click and drag on my artboard, by just continuing to click and drag, I can make that rectangle whatever size I want. So there's a simple rectangle, but what if I want it to be a square? Let me delete that. Let's make a perfect square. In order to do that, we need to hold down the shift key while we're clicking and dragging, and that ensures a perfect square because everything's held in proportion. Delete that one, and let me show you one more way to make a rectangle. Say we need one that's a precise size. 2.5 inches by 4 3/4 inches, let's say. So I'm going to make sure I have my rectangle tool selected and then click on the artboard. That brings up this dialog box. Now I can't remember what size I said, but let's make it 3.5. I'll tab to go to the next box and make that 4.75. And now we have a rectangle that's precisely that size. Eat that one, and let's make a circle. The circle is hidden under the rectangle tool, and it's called the ellipse tool. And that's because you can make an ellipse any size you want. Super skinny, fat, long, whatever you want. But if you want it to be a circle, again, we need to hold down the shift key as we click and drag. That keeps it in proportion, and that makes a perfect circle. To make a triangle, there's a couple of ways you can do it. One is to, again, create a perfect square. Or it doesn't need to be perfect, but create a rectangle. And then we'll use the direct select tool to click on one of the anchors. And then we're going to click the minus on the pen tool, and that will subtract one of those anchors, and now we have a rectangle. Another way to create a rectangle is to use the polygon tool. So again, we'll click on the tool there and then click on our artboard for the dialog box and choose how many sides we want the polygon to be. Since a rectangle's 3 sides, we'll choose 3. And there we have a rectangle. And then notice that by pulling on these, you can change the shape of that rectangle. By hovering over the corner, you can turn it however much you want. That's geometric shapes.